Hey everyone, today I'm reviewing the Fidget hand spinner made by PetePetePete. If you're watching on YouTube, check the video description for a direct link to this spinner. Spinners are used for people who are anxious or need to focus on the task without being distracted by 100 other things in the room. It gives your subconscious mind something to focus on, freeing your conscious mind to focus on the task at hand. In my time with this spinner, this is true. Let's get into the spinner. The spinner is very close to 3 inches at its longest point, which is right across here from edge to edge. My hand span is about 6 inches from, thumb to middle finger. And I can hold this spinner comfortably, as you see here. I have plenty of room between my hand and my fingers. I can move about. The materials that this spinner is made from are what seems to be pretty high quality materials. Starting off with the body here. The body is made of a high quality plastic material. I'm not a plastic expert, so I'm not sure exactly which plastic it's made from, but it is a very high quality hard plastic. I have dropped this a few times and there are no dings or dents or anything like that. So it's not a soft plastic, it's more of like a rigid plastic. And it actually has some weight to it. So let's find out how much the body alone weighs. I have a broken one, a broken white one. It's a long story, but it's broken. So I decided to use it for its parts to show off the different, weights and things like that having to do with the spinners. They're exactly the same, from the same company. It's just the black one's functioning, the white one's not. So let's get into it. Got my little scale here. And let's see how much this weighs. So, the body alone, 8.1 grams. So, it does have a little bit of weight to it, but it's not like super heavy. I mean, they're light pieces. So let's talk a little bit about the bearings on the outside now. The outside bearings seem to be a steel bearing, judging by the quality and the fact that there is some lube on the inside of these bearings. They're not meant for spinning, so don't worry about their spin time. I mean, you can swing it and do little things like that, but first of all, it's not even going to spin because it hits your hand, so it doesn't matter. The spinning on those don't matter. They're just basically for weights. Here's a look at one of these bearings. See, it's the same exact bearing, naked. So I took the little rings off. Here they are. And I just wanted to show you the inside of the outer bearings here. So this is, I think that they're a steel bearing. I could be wrong. I am not an expert, but you see how shiny? It's lube. So I'm assuming that this is a steel bearing. And it just, it spins a little, not really a lot at all. So that's a look at that. Let's see how much they weigh. So each outer bearing, I'll get one that's fully assembled. Let's see how much it weighs. 10.0. So each of your bearings are going to weigh 10 grams. The caps are made from plastic and they have a cool design on them. Here's the ones from the white, the broken white one. This is just what they are. They're a friction fit and they just fit just like that in the bearing. There's no screws, doesn't fit down inside of each other. It just sits on top of each other like that. So, and actually they stay on very well. It actually takes some force to get them off. As you can see right there is where I was like trying to pry them off with a ruler. So that's what the actual set looks like. And then here's, the one on the black one's it's contrasting. So it's white. This one's got the black design on there. Pretty cool. So let's see how much these weigh for anybody that cares. I am doing these weights for anyone that cares about how much this stuff weighs. They weigh 1.6 grams for the set. So Okay, the center bearing that you actually use for spinning is a ceramic bearing. I think it's ceramic hybrid actually because all the little things that hold the balls in place are not ceramic. And I'm pretty sure to be a full ceramic bearing, it has to have all ceramic insides. But either way, the balls in there are ceramic. And the rest of it appears to be stainless steel. So let's take a look at it. This is what the inside of this one looks like as well. This is from the broken white one. There's the back of it. There is no lube on this. It's just like a plastic shield that holds the ceramic balls in place so they're not flopping around everywhere. So that is a look at what the inside bearing will look like. So you guys can just take a look at it there. And let's see how much it weighs by itself. .1 grams for the inside bearing, the spinner. This is the important bearing. The overall feel of this particular spinner is very, I would say, premium for, you know, quote unquote, a standard plastic spinner. Now, this is far from standard because I've had cheaper spinners from like eBay and stuff, and they don't feel as heavy. They, like, when you shake them, they sound very, very, very loose and wiggly, and they're just overall not as good a quality as this one. This one is definitely worth the price that you pay for it. The entire spinner has a really nice weight to it, and I just put my thing over there, and I need to weigh the entire spinner as one piece. And it weighs 48.1 grams. So that's all the weights, all the measurements, that kind of thing. The spinner itself functions as it should, and it spins very easy in one hand. I don't have to flick it very hard to get it to spin in a nice way, as you can see there. It's very smooth. I don't feel any, jarring feelings in my hands. Once in a while, there's a little bit of like catch, but if you spin it really fast, like with two hands, like that, it usually gets rid of it. And I think it's just like the ball getting caught on the plastic in there just a little bit. And that's my theory about it. So like I said, the spinning is very, very smooth. And I just wanted to give you guys a sample of what this thing sounds like in case you're in an area where you kind of need to be quiet. So I'm going to be really quiet here. And I'm going to put my microphone on the ground here next to the spinner so you can hear it. Now keep in mind you were pretty close to it, so further away it is a lot quieter than that. But it does have some sound to it if you spin it super hard. Now if you spin it easy, just like a regular spin, I can barely hear anything. So it's actually not too bad for like a classroom situation or whatever you need to be doing that you have to be quiet. The very last thing that I want to show about this spinner is the spin time. So starting right now, I'm going to get my iPad and we're going to test out the spin time. All right, guys, here's the spin test. So we're going to spin it really hard once and we're going to time it. So I'll probably add on like half a second to a second of this time just because it took me some time to press the button. But Okay, so realistically, about a minute and 45 seconds you get with this. I have gotten a little longer times with it before, but that's about its average in all actuality. Which, for this price range and for this type of bearing and this type of spinner body and everything, that is good. That is a good spin time. And if you're using this for its intended purpose, which is physically just fidgeting, spinning it in your hand while you're doing other things, I mean, it spins so smooth and so easy. Like, this is, I mean, it's wonderful. Like, you don't need a 7 minute spin time like some people seem to think is a huge deal. And if you do, then you're probably one of those people who want to try to do tricks and all that kind of stuff with it, which you can do with this one. In regards to that, it does have flat caps, so to catch it on your fingers is a little bit difficult because there's nothing for your finger to kind of rest into. But I mean, you know, for its spinning and what it's actually intended for, this thing is wonderful. So if this review helped you guys, please consider giving me a thumbs up, and I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.